Om Shri Sai Ram. Welcome to the episodes of Inspiring Classrooms. Whenever we look at a skyscraper, we are struck so much by awe looking at the height of the building, or we admire the elevation, and people like me even sit and count the number of floors that are there. But none of us take notice of the foundation. In fact, it is not seen at all. But all of us know that the foundation has to be strong for the building to be tall and strong. Similarly, every child walks into the premises of the school at a tender age of 3 and they leave the school at the age of 17, and that is such a huge span of time. During this time, what is it that we are going to offer to the children? Schools are called as temples of learning, cathedrals of insight, and Musallahs of broadmindedness. We all know education or learning is what happens in school. But why are they called as temples or cathedrals or Musallahs? Because when we equip a child with knowledge, definitions, concepts, the way to solve problems, we are dealing with only the cognitive domain. Perhaps this will be useful for him to get a career. But that's not all. A child has to lead a life. Living is different, life is different. And for that, what is it that is needed? Values form the bedrock or the foundation of life. So, academics along with value has to be offered to the child so that the complete blossoming of personality happens. Now, how do we do this? Now, how is it that we teach values? Basically, there are two methods by which we can teach values. One is the direct method and the other one is indirect method. In direct method, we teach children the importance of meditation, silent sitting, guided visualization, etc. They are taught bhajans, patriotic songs. We could share inspiring stories and anecdotes and proverbs that would give guidance for the children. And of course, teamwork is very important. Children engage in group singing. Another activity would be community service, where they join together and lend a hand to the people who need our help. So these all could be told as direct methods, but far more effective than the direct method in my perspective is the indirect method. In the indirect method, as we discussed earlier, schools are definitely centers of learning. So we impart knowledge to them, and along with that, values are incorporated. How do we do this? We all understand that to get a bountiful harvest, the first step is to prepare the soil. And it is Bhagwan's immense blessings that my sisters and I were drawn into the Sai fold right from our childhood. We all were Balvika students and we went on to study in the Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning, Anantapur campus. And it is here that we got the foundation for value education. Later on, we implemented this when we started running the school. So now, what is this indirect method of teaching values? Definitely, we have to teach the concepts in the school, and when we teach the concept, we also introduce or bring out the value in a very subtle or indirect way. Okay, instead of talking like this, let me give an example. Suppose it is a physics class and the teacher is teaching about magnetism. The teacher says that iron filings are attracted towards the magnet. But what happens sometimes if the iron filings are coated with rust? It cannot be attracted by the magnet. You agree, right? So when she says this, she could just add, even we are like that. If we want to get the grace of God, we should ward off the rust that could cover us. So give up all negativity so that we will receive the grace of God. Let me give another example. Let's take some food item. Okay, my favorite food, dosa. Let us imagine that we give the same ingredients to 3 people. And who are these 3 people? One is your mother, the other one is a restaurant chef, the third person is the street side vendor who makes dosas. Okay, we give the same ingredients to all the 3 people and we ask them to cook. Go and taste these 3 items. Definitely, the dosa of each and every person would taste different, though the ingredient is same. How is it that it happens this way? That is because there is something of the cook that has gone into the dish. Now, when we look at the whole world, it is a masterpiece of the Creator, that is God. So, when we talk about the leaf or the river or about anything in fact, and if we just give the concept of it, we are not doing full justice to it. Only when we incorporate values along with the basic concepts, the full blossoming happens. And the child, when he looks at the mountains, he will be able to draw strength from them. When he looks at the butterfly fluttering his wings, he will enjoy the sense of freedom. So my dear friends, this is a type of content that you can look forward to in inspiring classrooms. Welcome to the episodes. Please do subscribe and don't miss a single one. Thank you. Jai Sai Ram.